Happy Mindset Monday, everyone. So I hope you've got pens and paper because we're going to do some little exercises today. Becca was like, what are you going to call this? And I have no idea what I'm going to call this. I just know that the exercises are, if you're in a bad mindset, these exercises are really good. So I wanted to run through them. I was doing some research for something else and come across them, and they're actually really good. So the first one is, if you are in a situation where you are having a bad day, or you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you're just stuck in a place and you're not having a good time, whether it's work related, life related, whatever, there's a task you can do, and it's called 10 minutes to let your mind wander. And there's a few things you need to ask yourself. So I want you to write down your answers. This is not a you tell me what your answers are thing. This is just for you. Okay. So the first one is, list down 2 things you've never done but would love to try. This is purposely for taking your mind off of whatever issue you've got going on at the moment. So 2 things you've never done but would love to try. The next thing is 1 thing that might scare others but doesn't scare you. The next one is, write down 3 things that you love about this time of year. The next one is, write down 2 things in your life or the world around you that are changing. So 2 things in your life that are changing, or 2 things in the world around you that are changing. The next one is, write down 3 things, or just 3 little things, they don't have to be big things, that mean a lot to you. So 3 things that mean a lot to you. And the last one on the list is 1 thing that you're thinking about, but that you're not ready to talk about yet. Now, the purpose of this task, and I will put all of these tasks when the recording goes out, I'll put them all on the Evo Squad so people can use them when they get into a situation where they feel like they need to. The purpose of it is like journaling. It's pretty similar to what journaling is. You're taking your mind somewhere else and not on the thing that's either distracting you or causing you grief, or whatever that may be, whether it's work, life, partner, whatever it is taking your mind somewhere else and not on that particular worry at that point. It's a great journaling technique to do. So I will put those things, and these are just for you, but when you feel like you're in that situation, I want you to revert to these exercises and just take 10 minutes to answer those questions. And you might think that when you've answered them and put all your answers down, it might actually lead to something good when you're reviewing what you've done. So that is the first one. The next one is something we've probably all done at one point or another, is how to deal with task paralysis. Selena's like, yep. When you've got, and loads of these, when I read this through, are definitely me, because I can overthink things, or a lot of the time it's a perfection thing. So I have to get something perfect before I actually put it out there. But there's loads of things. So the first thing is to rewrite your to-do list with just the most important things at the top of the list, not all the little different things that you've got to get done. So for me, I would pick 3 of the most important things I've got to get done in that day and do those things. Don't worry about all the other little things. Hello, Hope. The next one is don't wait until you have more time or until it feels right before you start to do something, which I do a lot. Next, set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes and do as much as you can within that time block. I've started doing time blocks last week and it's actually really helped me stay focused. I'm not somebody that wants to set timers on my phone. I don't run like that. I don't even have an alarm clock. I don't wake up like that. I wake up when I want to wake up, which is why I cannot do 4 a.m. in the morning. But setting a timer like that and blocking your time, especially if you've got other businesses or you're working and you're doing this on the side, it just helps you when you're time blocking like that to focus on one thing at a time. The next one is push aside perfectionism. Tell yourself you can fine tune the little details after you've completed the basic work. I've learned this personally from Selena, because me and Selena are completely the opposite in terms of this. I really struggle with putting anything out there until I think it's perfect. And Selena will just literally put it out there and do that, fine tune the details later on. And it's true. Sometimes you can sit on, well, I can sit on something important to me for a long, long, long time before I put it out there to the world, because I feel like it's not perfect. And sometimes messy action is the best action to take. So that's the next one. Start small with the part of the task that feels most doable. Sometimes be messy, yes. Sometimes when you look at a whole task, you can get really overwhelmed by the whole thing. So break it down and just do little bits at a time. If you're feeling overwhelmed, something which Selena has also taught me is breath work. Like, do some breath work, take a deep breath, do some breath work exercises, and just try and relax. Sometimes the worst thing you can do is sit there in your own thoughts, like the task we've just done. Sit there in your own thoughts, and you're going to wind yourself up and you're going to get more and more overwhelmed. Something I have learned from somebody else in the squad, she'll know as soon as she hears it. Have somebody sit near you to help you feel more anchored and like you're not doing it on your own. Sometimes it helps when you've got somebody right next to you when you're working on something than if you're sat working on your own. Network marketing or running your own business can be the loneliest time ever, because you've got nobody around you. There's people in your house that don't do the same thing you do. I can sit here all day on my own, Lily at nursery today, Sam at work. And if I wasn't on a Zoom, it can get very lonely. So utilize the Zooms, even if you've not got somebody sitting right next to you. I know we're all on other sides of the world, but sometimes it's easier when you're sat on a screen with somebody working together than it is if you're sat on your own. Another one which is good that I need to do this week is work in a different place. Don't sit in the same room, in the same place all the time. My office, honestly, is a bomb site right now because we're changing Lily's room around, which is why I'm not there. But yesterday I went and worked in my bedroom because I was sick of sitting down here. Like Selena, she's often outside working. She loves the sunshine. Sit in a different place when you're working. Sometimes it can help with task paralysis to be in a different place. Another one, move your body, which is on my list of things after the consistency bill yesterday, to move my body every single day, because it helps your brain get out of that freeze mind state. If you're moving your body, and just, for me, walking in nature is something I love to do personally at the moment. Like, I love it. I love seeing things around me. Like, I love the sun's shining, which is rare for the UK, but the sun's shining. It just makes you have more gratitude and appreciate things around you if you're outside doing something. do something. I don't know much about this until I started researching yesterday, but do something to increase your dopamine, like listen to a song or eat something, like before you're going to sit down and do a task. Which I will go over. There's 4 things in a second to increase things in your body to make your body feel better and to make your mind work better. Another one is think of ways to add reward and accountability to each of your tasks. So yesterday, I started doing a project yesterday, and I hope to finish it in 2 days' time. And if I do, I am going to treat myself to something little because I deserve it, because I've worked hard. So give yourself them little treats. And I know that we've all got accountability partners. Be accountable to them partners. Message them. I've got somebody literally screenshotting stuff to me at the moment, like messaging it every single day. Sometimes that helps. Even if you're not doing all of the stuff on your list, that doesn't matter. I said this yesterday, I'll stick by it. Even if you're posting once a day, if that's your minimum and you've done that, then do that. You don't have to say I'm going to post 5 times a day and then not do it. Just do the one thing, like set your minimums, and then message somebody in the squad or whoever your accountability partners. If you've not got one, there's plenty of people on the squad. Get an accountability partner. And the other one, the last one is acknowledge your negative emotions. Acknowledge them. You want to ignore stuff like that. Bury stuff deep down. You know, if you feel negative towards a certain task, acknowledge why you feel negative towards that task and try and fix it. So that is a bit about how to deal with task paralysis. I really need to find that thing about, I don't know if I've got it on here. There it is. It's the happiness chemicals, which Selena probably knows more about than I do. And I've only just come across this. So you've got dopamine, which is the reward chemical, oxytocin, if I say these wrong, Selena, give me a kick, the love hormone, serotonin, the mood stabilizer, and endorphin, the painkiller. So it's got dopamine, the reward channel, complete a task, practice self-care, get enough sleep, celebrate a win. Oxytocin, the love hormone, play with an animal, random acts of kindness, hug a loved one, give a compliment. I actually gave a compliment to a woman today. I went in the shop to get some milk. She looked really good. And I said to her, your makeup looks stunning. And I said, your dress that you've got on looks so nice. And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Nobody ever tells me I look good. Made me feel really good. I know that's selfish, but it made her feel good. And it made me feel good that it made her feel good. Just like when certain people in this team are doing things they love, and you know how much that makes me really, really happy. So it's that love hormone. Serotonin is the mood stabilizer. So pray or meditate, take a walk, be in nature, get some sun. Selena does all of those things very well. And endorphin, the painkiller. Watch a funny movie, eat dark chocolate or drink wine. Yes, I said it. Exercise or get a massage. I didn't know all of these, like these 4 quadrants of the happiness chemicals. But when you do things in them, it makes you feel better. That was nothing to do with this training, but I had to read it because I've been researching some stuff and I thought that was cool. Selena, do you have anything to add to that? I know you do.
Well, you know where serotonin in particular, but where they're produced and stored is in your gut, which is why people are happier using our products, but also it's why you get that gut feeling about things.
Yeah.
And dopamine is why people are addicted to social media, because it's instant gratification. You know what I mean? So, and like things like emotional eating or online shopping, that's all like, that reward loop, that dopamine, that quick fix.
That's why I online shop so much.
Right. So like just being aware of it. But yeah, the sun is related to happy hormones and being out in nature and grounding exercises and all that kind of stuff. So if you're feeling down, that would probably be the easiest thing to do to
Yeah.
change your mood, is to get your butt outside.
Yeah, it's so true. The other one that I've got down here, I've got two more, is if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling negative in any way, or you're just down, or you're having an off day, or you've switched off and you've wandered off for a week or two, there's some things you can do. They're just lists you make. I often like journaling. It really does help when you're in that place to write stuff down. I feel like this for everything. If I've got an idea, I always write the pros and cons to it and write a list. Writing stuff down just sits differently with everyone. I think if you're writing it down, you're getting it out of your head, and writing it down, it just makes you feel good. So there's a lot of things that you can write down in a list to get yourself out of feeling down. So list the places in your mind you want to go. So whether that's holidays, let's be outlandish, space, wherever you want to go.
We just sent 4 people up to the space station yesterday at Kennedy Space Center. Did you see that?
Oh, did you? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 4 commercial astronauts went up.
Oh. List all the things you do if you weren't so afraid. I love this one because I'm afraid of everything. So there's loads that I would love to do. Like, I would love to go on a roller coaster, but I won't go on one because I'm too scared.
Oh,
I'm scared that it's gonna fall and I'm going to die. So I don't go on them. I just don't. And I
Come visit us in the summer, and I will take you to some, and I will explain everything about how they work and how you will not die.
And there's
It's a good
no
fear to
way.
have.
I just, like, I feel sorry for Lily.
I'll start you on the kiddie ones.
No.
I'm a no-go. I feel sorry for Lily because Sam won't do them either. So she's in a household with 2 adults that won't ever take her on a roller coaster. So I'll send her over and you can take her on all the roller coasters she wants.
I'll go. The
Mine
Disney
is
roller
really-
coasters are super scary. You got to go on those.
No,
Yeah.
anything that's at height or where I could die.
I want
to
to jump out of the plane thing.
Oh,
See, it's
hell
weird.
no.
Because I actually would do that.
Nah.
I'd have to do it tandem, like with an instructor, but
Nope.
I'm okay with that. But I'm
Well, you
not
have
okay
to do
with
it
roller
tandem
coasters.
first. They won't let you go by yourself.
Yeah, I could not do it anyway. One that I think is really, really
Yeah.
good to make a list of is write down all the reasons why you're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
look
we
at
don't
me.
do that enough. We don't. We don't.
I had this girlfriend in high school that we worked together, and I was friends with her brother. We had like a whole group of us, and she'd get ready, and she did this all the time, like regardless of who was around, but she would kiss the mirror getting ready. Like, yeah, she had like the most self-confidence and I was always like so admired by that, you know what I mean? But she'd always be like, "You're amazing," like, and she's talking to herself. So yeah, kiss the mirror.
It is. It's a nice thing to have. I always say to Lily every single morning, like, I hope this doesn't give her a big head or anything when she's older, but I always say to her, "Who's the most beautiful girl in the world?" And she says, "I am, Mummy." And I hope she always feels like she's the most beautiful girl in the world. So yeah, write down the reasons why you're amazing, but also the qualities in yourself that you like the most. That one's good. All the people you have in your life that you love and why you love them, what it is about them that you love the most. The things that you can't live without. There's lots and lots of lists you can do. I'm just reading a few of them. Your all-time favorite movies or your all-time favorite songs. That's a good one. The nicest thing that anybody's ever done for you. Oh, I like this. All the ways you sabotage yourself from having a great life. Don't we all do that?
That'd be a hard list.
Yes. The moments in your life that have taught you the biggest life lessons. That is a good list to have. I will put all of these in the squad for everybody so they can just have them. But doing lists like that, it just literally, all of these things are going to take your mind off whatever is going on at the moment that is a negative space, and thinking about something that is more positive. So that is the other one. And my last one is this. They're just statements that I'm going to read, and I want you to remember them. Number one, it's okay to have a bad day. It's completely normal. If you have a bad day, it's fine to take a mental health day break and have a day off. It's fine. Number two, it's okay to make mistakes. Every mistake I've ever done, I've learned from them. I'm a better person for them. So it's okay. Number three, setback is not a failure. If you are not where you want to be in business or life, it's fine. Sometimes you've got the way that coaches explain it a lot is you are successful right after the dip. So you can go up in your business and then you can fall, but you're going to go back up again. If you work at it, you're going to do it. Number five, nothing is perfect. I tell myself this, I'm saying this to myself, nothing is perfect. It is all right to have messy action. Number six, you are stronger than you think you are, which is something that I'm very resilient. There's not much that will knock me down. In fact, there's nothing that will knock me down and keep me down. And I believe that for everybody. I believe whatever you've gone through in life, whatever trauma there is, whatever's happened, you can get back up again from that and start again. Number seven, asking for help is strength. I find this very difficult, asking people for help, but it's a strength, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. And the last one is small steps are also still progress. You do not have to do things, and I will talk about the business now. You don't have to do things and be 200K tomorrow. You can take your time and take it slow and build. You do not have to, I say this to myself as much as you, I do not have to be 40K tomorrow. I will get there when I get there. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I'll go into a rant again. I don't do that. But those are some exercises that you can do to take your mind out of a negative space, or if you're doing a task that is a bit hard, take your mind off it for, like the first one, let your mind wander onto something else for a second and then go back to that thing later on. So I just wanted to give you a few of them exercises today. When the recording's done, I will put the screenshots of those tasks up so that you can take them, put them in your phone, and then when you're feeling like that, you can just give them a go and do them. Does anybody have any questions before I stop the recording? Anything that anybody wants to say?
I love these journal prompts. Now you got me thinking about another journal I want to put together.
Yes, I've learned a lot this weekend. I've been researching loads of stuff. So yeah, I thought we haven't done something like that before. So
Journal is not my thing. I don't know what to write down.
So my suggestion would be, well, number one, that's a story you're telling yourself. But number two, my suggestion for you would be maybe to do it in your own language, and to, before you sit down to, like with the journal prompts, read through them and then sit and do like breath work or meditation or yoga or something where you are kind of doing a mental reset and allowing your subconscious mind to work, and then sit down to write.
I do find that, like, I'm religiously sticking to it at the moment, is doing it like make my shape and then I sit down and do it straight away.
Mm-hmm.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah,
actually helps my brain start working as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But why don't you try doing it in your own language, Talita?
Yeah, I think definitely in your language
not
is a good
in your
suggestion.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was gonna
Because
say.
you're
I
making
know
your
that
brain
writing
work too hard
forces
doing it in English.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
know someone who they don't like writing stuff down. So especially when they were driving, because their mind wanders when they drive, they would do like voice memos and they would do
That's a really good idea.
with voice memos instead of writing it down.
I know somebody who does that for it's actually Fraser Brooks. He voice notes all the time to his future self. Like all the time. It's something he religiously does. If he's got an idea about something or he's like struggling with something, he voice notes himself, and then he's got like a whole folder on his phone with voice notes, and then listens back to them like 6 months later. It might work for you, Talita. Maybe I think start in your own language first, because like Selena said,
You could
if
do it
you're
while
thinking
walking,
too much
do
about
other
it and you're
types of
doing English, you
things.
might struggle with that. So just do it in your own language, and then or voice note it.
Since you're doing like a million steps a day, like you could do it while you're walking.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
It also would make you probably be a little more authentic to your journaling because it's in your language. So no one
Yeah.
else knows what you're writing or what you're expressing. So it's only between you and that journal.
Mhm. You should get my burn book, because you write it down and then you can burn it. No one will see it.
I'm not burning my burn book. I love it. I don't want to burn it.
Things that you have to look back and like.
I
and
keep all my journals. I don't know whether everybody else does that, but I keep mine.
Yeah, I have mine.
Some of them are good to look back on. Some of them you need to
Yeah.
burn.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Right, exactly.
Right, I'm going to stop the recording.